The English language teaching profession is, as you know, mostly represented by women. It's not exclusive, but we are representing the profession. There is an unfortunate fact in society, and that is that when a profession is considered feminized, it is also devalued.
Who knows what the future is going to bring? My plans are to continue with my PLN. I can't imagine giving it up. I've had the luck of being able to travel to places as far away as Moscow and Peru. I've got places coming up, Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, new ideas for plenary talks, learning from my colleagues around the world, and there's some projects kind of in the background that I'm thinking about.
There's a wealth of material on there. There are resources such as books and articles, radio, podcast, mixed links, inspiring quotations. There are blogs, webinars.
What I would like to talk about in my 10 minutes. And there were so many things that I wanted to share with you, and it was so difficult to choose. But in the end, it was the word inspiring which gave me my inspiration. I realized that the word actually sounds like a combination of two words, inspire and ring, like in a boxing ring.
Boys and girls to do the same tasks. Girls can move chairs just as easily as boys. Note the different types of question types that you may tend to ask boys and girls, and redress the balance if necessary. Remember that you are a significant role model. Make the most of it. Tip 2, watch your language. Avoid gendered language. Use gender-neutral pronouns.
Know anything about what I'm talking about in terms of TD SIG or SIG or any of those things in general, you may first want to learn a little bit about EFLtalks, which is the teacher association from which TD SIG is one of 16 special interest groups.
Help kids and help teenagers and help older people to develop. Motor skills share one common feature. They are meant to be fun and help kids and help teenagers and help older people to develop motor skills or cognitive skills. Some of them may be appropriate for developing, hand-eye coordination, and others may be meant to be used for something to inspire or to engage learners to learn even more.
Talk is about homework with a voice. I know the conference theme is giving learners, helping learners rather find their voice, but in order to find their voice, they've got to start using it first. So I thought it would be a good idea to talk about homework using various voice tools so that they can start doing some speaking homework.
It's related to gamification because I am very passionate for technology, like I love it. And I am also the president of Health Honduras CISO, and we're promoting technology in Honduras. So let me start by telling you that gamification is not that complicated, and today we're going to learn about how important it is in the language classroom.
I've been listening to these amazing presentations we've had today, and I thought this would be a suitable way of ending such a burst of inspiration from our colleagues from around Latin America, because in my opinion, above and beyond methods or didactic configurations or ways of teaching, our job boils down to just one thing: providing students with the right opportunities so that they can learn. And to me, within the field, that is a final scaffolding.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm happy and absolutely thrilled to be here. I think this is a wonderful day. I've really enjoyed the talks I've been listening to, and what a fabulous thing to do. Congratulations, and not surprising for an organization like First TESOL, which is one that I've had such a wonderful time being a visiting part of on many occasions.
Go through. It was alluring to me. I know we all know that, it's a difficult profession and we hear a lot of stories. And when I was in teacher training college, we used to hear about, teacher burnout a lot, and we saw how difficult it was. But there is an allure to it. It's what I call a theatre of possibilities, because it is dramatic, it is passionate, and I think in a way this is what we search for.
We're talking about English language proficiency for pre-kindergarten through 12th grade English language learners. So that's one way of looking at what TESOL does and how we come out to meet the world.
So I'm going to be talking about teaching children. And if we look at the first slide, this is a study taken from a book that I like very much. It's called Between Form and Freedom, and it's written by a woman called Betty Staley. And she has organized, if you like, the 3 7-year cycles of childhood.
Intensive reading is really focused on the language, where everything is assessed. There are specific learning aims and tasks, and the aim is to get the students to learn new vocabulary through careful reading, comprehension checks, grammar exercises, and sometimes even translation exercises.
Much rich evidence now from neuroscience, from coaching, from emotional intelligence, from heart science. And what are we doing to bring all of that into practical steps?
It's about the potential that technology gives us to maybe just move a little bit of the teaching stuff outside of the class, a bit more of it out, and in doing so, freeing up more time in the class for sort of problem solving, pair work, task work, group work. So in a way, it links really nicely with communicative language teaching.
Talking about culture, a good way to think about it is by using the iceberg analogy.
Types of files, so you'll see extensions like Mobi, that's our Kindle file, EPUB, which is what pretty much everybody else uses. Most ebooks and ebook readers can also read PDF files. So if you get a PDF file, you can put it onto an e-reader program and still read it. It cannot read something like a normal doc.
Teachers are not happy because I'm not conforming, but as long as the kids are happy and the students are happy, I'm happy because I see the results. It's a very simple method that all of you do as teachers on a daily basis, and that is teaching something.
Actually produce something, work more on being more productive and getting them to use the language instead of just dealing with the things that are given or presented to them in terms of just talking about verb forms and things like that.
So important that you plant a seed of belief. Every single student needs to either see on a note, a piece of paper, the words, I believe in you, or hear you say, I believe in you face to face.
Much for having me. I think this has been an absolutely fantastic event. And I hope I've inspired folks to get the camera out and start shooting, and you've all inspired me to get going on all sorts of other projects as well.